Be sure to follow us on TikTok at MysticSage1 for daily anime content.
So, this title is probably either going to trigger some of you, or may even make you heavily agree with me. Yes, I think Frieza is the best villain in Dragon Ball. Throughout Dragon Ball, we of course have from the beginning, Mercenary Tao, Demon King Piccolo, then we have the Saiyans, Cell, Majin Buu, and even the supervillains being Zamasu and Goku Black. The latter of which I think is a very good character. But why Frieza? What makes him so great? Well, my young viewer, let my old ass educate you on why Frieza is the best. So grab your popcorn and kick back as I rant. Let's start with the most compelling argument against Frieza being Cell. Now Cell, a lot of people will say is the best villain, and I can see why. Cell was the perfect android created by Dr. Gero, and it had the genetics of all the Earth's greatest fighters, including Goku and Vegeta. Cell had the brilliant mind of Piccolo, the Saiyan's will to get stronger and to challenge stronger opponents, and even had Frieza's cells. Cell managed to absorb Androids 17 and 18 to gain the perfect power. In doing this, he practically almost destroyed the Earth and was even arguably the most threatening villain. Cell did manage to defeat Goku technically because he did give up. Even after training in the hyperbolic time chamber for 1 year, Goku still couldn't manage to beat him. Cell was a truly powerful warrior, having all the cells of the greatest fighters, and just being able to beat Goku definitely is promising material. He set up a tournament, and even his Cell Juniors were making the Z fighters look like chumps, including Vegeta and Trunks, who were Super Saiyans. Super Saiyans were being tossed around like ragdolls. Cell almost won. However, if it wasn't for the anger of a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, they probably would have lost undeniably. We also know that Father-Son Kamehameha is one of the most iconic moments in all of Dragon Ball. That's all facts. So Cell makes a very excellent case at being the best villain in Dragon Ball. There are no other villains in this series that could stand up to him in terms of the power he had. He had intelligence, power, and he had a plan in mind. The Mystic, Majin Buu was powerful as well, and he practically destroyed Universe 7. Yes, okay. But without Bobbidi or Bibbidi, Buu would have just gone on a huge destroying spree like the freak he is. Buu is stupid. The fact that Cell had him beat in the intelligence department is what makes Cell better in my opinion. Cell also has a very wide range of techniques to use, and with the potential he had, he could have gotten a lot stronger. Having the Saiyan cells makes him that way, as I mentioned earlier. So I just gave Cell an entire hype speech about why he's great. So what makes Frieza better than him? I will tell you right now. Cell was created, and he had to absorb the androids in order for him to get stronger. We all know, without the androids, Cell would have gotten decimated in the present timeline. If we take a look at what happened in Trunks' timeline, we see those exact results. Without the androids, he is not much of a threat. That's literally the bottom line and problem with Cell. When it comes to Frieza, there is a lot that he had going for him that Cell didn't. Let's start with Frieza's origin. Frieza's race is easily one of the most powerful races in Universe 7. After Majin Buu was sealed, and Beerus was in the process of his long nap, King Cold and his son Frieza took control of the universe by planetary trade. Essentially, King Cold and Frieza are space pirates that take control of planets and sell them for the highest profit. In doing so, they enslaved a load of people and even destroyed some planets in the process, including planet Vegeta. Frieza had the entire universe in the palm of his hands, and everyone feared the name Frieza whenever his name was brought up. He had the control, the wit, and the manpower at his disposal. But what about the Kais and Beerus? Simple. Toriyama created Frieza before he thought about creating the Supreme Kais and Beerus. Anyways, with those characteristics I mentioned, Frieza had everything he could ever need. The biggest aspect I want to point out though, is that Frieza never had to train a day in his life to achieve the power he had. All the power Frieza had, he was born with. He could destroy planets with the flick of his finger, and no matter what kind of training anyone went through, no one could stop him, including Bardock, King Vegeta, and Goku. What's crazy is that Frieza was only in his first form when he went to power. That just goes to show how weak the universe was in comparison to him. Not to mention the 3 other forms that he would have had, he still wasn't even using 100% of his power. Frieza was God at that point. Even a Super Saiyan Goku couldn't defeat him, and an exploding planet Namek that took like 20 episodes to blow up. Trunks, of course, does defeat him, but that's besides the point. Frieza had that kind of natural power without putting in any kind of effort. So what would happen if Frieza actually did train? Well, we see that in Dragon Ball Super, when he attains his Golden Frieza form, Frieza went from cold cuts from Trunks, being brought back to life, to keeping up with Goku and Vegeta in their Super Saiyan Blue forms. Mind you, Goku and Vegeta have godlike powers. Not to mention, it took them years to obtain this kind of power. Let's think about that for a second. Frieza died a long time ago in comparison to where Super is when Goku and Vegeta attained their blue forms. Frieza trained for 4 months and he was able to keep up with Goku and Vegeta. This is without the help of any absorptions, by the way. Frieza may not have had full control of his golden form when he first made his move against Goku and Vegeta, but I will give Frieza some slack. This is the first time he ever trained, and the fact that he got this strong is mind-blowing. By the time the Tournament of Power comes around though, he does have much better control of his power, so there's also that. There's one more aspect about Frieza that I want to bring up before this video is over with. I know I touched on this earlier a little bit, but Frieza's intimidation towards his enemies just makes him all the more terrifying. Think about it. Every instance we saw Frieza in the Namek arc, everyone froze the hell up. Right when Gohan and Krillin land on Namek, they shiver in their boots just sensing his power level. Though he won't admit to it directly, Vegeta also had a fear of Frieza because he knew damn well he would be killed if he got caught meddling with the Dragon Balls. There's also just the fact when Vegeta, Gohan, Krillin, and Piccolo are all fighting Frieza, they think they have the fight in the bag every time he transforms. When Vegeta first fights against his first form, they both power up a pretty good bit, and Vegeta thinks Frieza's max power couldn't rise much higher than this current form, and he challenges Frieza to go into his second form. Shortly after we find out, his power level from his second form goes above 1 million. Hearing that number, everyone freezes. After that first transformation, Piccolo shows up and gives the second form Frieza a run for his money. Shortly, Frieza transforms again, overwhelming everyone, and Piccolo gets his ass kicked. Finally, when Frieza gets to his final form, Vegeta attempts to take him out by having Krillin inflict a wound on him for a Zenkai boost. This proves futile though, as Frieza beats him pretty badly, and shortly after, death beams him after Goku shows up. Even for Goku, he and Frieza were fighting pretty evenly for a bit, but after a 50% power increase and a spirit bomb, he still got up. I would imagine even Goku was at least a little intimidated by that point. Eventually, Goku does go Super Saiyan though, but before that, Frieza's intimidation makes him a truly dark villain. But yeah, that's why I think Frieza is the best villain in Dragon Ball. Through his natural power, cunning, and manpower, this dude proves to be a force to be reckoned with even now. It's crazy to think how strong he can be when he works together with the Z Fighters as well. If Frieza trained again, God knows how powerful he can become. But that's my take. What do you guys think? Let me know down below whether you agree or disagree with me on why Frieza is the best villain. I know there are going to be some Cell fans out there, as well as some Goku Black fans. With that said though, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the content. I'm Mystic Sage, and I will see you in the future for more awesome Dragon Ball and anime content. Before the video closes out, I just want to thank you so much for your support during this month of July. I'm uploading every day, and with all the different anime I'm covering, I know there's a little bit for everyone. Also, if you want a little more Mystic Sage, head on over to TikTok and check us out over there for more fun, bite-sized anime videos. I've also got an Amazon store where I sell tons of Pokemon and anime merch too, so check it out. For real this time though, thanks again for watching. I'm Mystic Sage, and I'll see you tomorrow with more amazing anime content.